Hello everyone and welcome to Intellipaat. This video is a part 3 of a 3-part series related to Salesforce. Now let us take a look at the agenda for this part. Firstly, we'll start off with what exactly is a campaign in Salesforce. Then we will see how to get leads through the campaign. Now before we begin with the first topic, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates.
So I am logging into the system, and then I'm going to log into Venkat53 at wetrainu.in. So FDC 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even need to go to marketing app. I can open a campaign right from here. So when I just open my campaigns, if you look at this in um, so I created a campaign. Okay, so I went into the marketing app. In the marketing app, I have created a campaign, which is, so here when I click on campaigns, you see this 2022 September printer sales. So when I have created this, I went into the leads, and yesterday I have created one lead of Arun V. I have created a first name as Grace and last name of C. And I said Grace is currently not working, so probably she is doing a master's, or she may be looking out for a job, and she is looking for a printer to purchase, but she is not working in any company. Why is this happening? So for that, here mine is the company. So HP goes to a Target or a Best Buy or a Reliance Digital to buy a HP printer. So now here in this case, who has a Salesforce? Who has a Salesforce application between columns B and C? So this company will be running a Salesforce. Okay. Now this is only for your information, but again, when you look at uh, Best Buy or Reliance Digital and Grace over here, between these two, who is the buyer, who is the seller? Grace is the buyer, and then these companies are the sellers. Okay, now when you look at this, between the seller and the buyer, okay, these are companies, right? So you can call them as a business. Okay, here when you look at Grace, what do you call Grace? Grace is a customer or a consumer, and this transaction is known as, it's a B2C transaction, right? So, or you also call it as a business to consumer. Okay, now imagine another situation. The situation over here is, guys, don't think as to why I am talking about this when Grace was not able to clear the lead. There is something that I have to explain, because why, because of that particular reason Grace was not able to create a lead. So to explain that, I'm this is all the information that you need to know. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm going from this level. All right, now let me take up another let us assume grace Grace is working for an organization called nowires.com. Okay, this is just an assumption. Want Nowires.com wants 100 laptops for distributing it across its employees. So here will just Grace walk into a Reliance Digital, and Grace is the responsible person for procuring the 100 laptops. So Grace is the procurement officer for nowires.com. So she is responsible. Will Grace go to a Reliance Digital or a Best Buy or a Target or any store like that? Okay, and then will she just buy 100 laptops over there, or will she do it in a different way? Okay, these are the organizations that are running the Salesforce. Okay, for Dell, so nowires.com is In Dell's Salesforce application, novoice.com is defined as an account. Novoice.com is defined as an account. Okay, for this account, see, if Dell, some salesperson from Dell has to talk to novoice.com, they just come down to the gate and speak to the gate. They have to talk to a human being. So that human being is Grace over here. So for this account novoice.com, Grace is the contact. So that means she is the designated person who can talk commercials on behalf of novoice.com. The same thing happens for HP, and same thing even happens for Lenovo. Now, what is the requirement over here? The requirement over here is 100 laptops. This 100 laptops is known as an opportunity. So this 100 laptops is known as an opportunity. Okay, opportunity for Dell. The same way, this is an opportunity for, so I'm talking about their Salesforce systems. So here for Dell, there will be novarch.com account. Grace is the person and she is pursuing 100 laptops opportunity. The same way for HP, novarch.com will be an account. Grace will be a contact and 100 laptops will be an opportunity. For Lenovo, novarch.com will be an account, contact will be Grace, and opportunity will be 100 account. Now, when you look at these three things, Grace will talk commercials with Dell, Grace will talk commercials with HP, Grace will talk commercials with Lenovo, and when she looks at the commercials, she finds out that Dell has the best price. So for this, the order will be given to Dell for the laptop. So this is an opportunity one. It's an opportunity one for Dell. Whereas for this, it is an opportunity lost. For the other two companies, it's an opportunity loss. So in this, Dell, HP, Lenovo, these three are business. Novires.com is the person. So here, who is the buyer? Is it novires.com or is it Grace? Novires.com. So novires.com is also a business. So the transaction that is happening between these two things is a business to business transaction. Now, again, if the same thing goes in, okay, again, if the same thing, okay, I'll just put an example over here. So already for the previous, this is the data that already Dell, HP, Lenovo has in their systems. Now, again, Grace comes back to these organizations for 15 printers. Let's assume that Dell and Lenovo are making the printers also. So now in this case, HP is the one. HP will give a best quote, whereas for Dell and Lenovo, this is an opportunity loss. Okay, for the same account, there may be multiple opportunities. One company may win the opportunity, the same company may lose the opportunity. So in this example, Dell has won the first opportunity, whereas HP has won the second opportunity. In the business to business transaction, the mandate is an account, which is the company. So again, going back to this example, why we are not able to create this? By default, the Salesforce license that you get, okay, by default, all the Salesforce licenses only support B2B transactions. All the licenses that you will only support B2B transactions. They don't out of the box support B2C transactions. So you got to request Salesforce. They are all B2B applications only. We cannot ask for a B2C application. So one is Grace and Arun. But again, these are the leads that got created. So that day, whatever the leads that got created, those leads have to be managed or they should be assigned to the campaign. So select the leads and say add to campaign. select the leads and add to campaign, September printer sales campaign. Just say submit. Now, when I go to campaigns and click on September printer sales, see under campaign members, you see two campaign members. Click on campaign members, you see two things. Lead. Now, I'm pasting the screenshot over here. Reason why I've pasted is I'll tell you. Now the leads got created. The next step is lead qualification. What is lead qualification? So I have many leads. So are these actually important for me? Do they need to be pursued, or I don't need to pursue a lead? That I need to decide. So for that, I would give all the leads to my internal outbound call center. Okay, I will give this lead to my internal outbound call center. So the outbound call center will call up Arun first. So the outbound call center will get the list of names. So they'll call up Arun, and Arun will, so they'll open the details of Arun. Here you see lead status is there. So they'll call up Arun and then say, they'll talk to Arun and say, hey Arun, you have requested, you have put in you have expressed your interest for this particular HPDJ 3775 model printer. So would you like to see a demo of that particular printer? So then Arun might give a reply saying that, hey, I have seen that, I've given my name, but again, there are change of plans. I don't need the printer anymore. I'm not going to buy it. So here it has been confirmed that the person, or in our case Arun, is not going to buy the. So now here the lead status will be changed, closed, not converted, and they change the rating to cold. They change the rating to cold. Cold means you don't need to pursue any further, and they will save it. So nothing happens to this lead. Nothing happens to this lead. They'll just leave it like that in the database. It will sit in the database for quite some time. Now, whenever at a later point in time, again, whenever there is some generic campaign that is going on, and then they want to send emails or messages to all the people, then what they do is they will pull out all the cold leads and then they will send out the messages to them, so that who knows, at that point in time these guys may be interested to buy a product. Now once Arun has contacted, again they'll go up and they'll call Grace. Now when they call up Grace, there may be two kind of answers that you can expect. The first kind of, here the lead status will be working contacted. They will set the status to working contacted, and you may expect two kind of responses from Grace. Hey, I'm pretty interested in your product. What would be the earliest day that I can get a complete demo of this? So if that is the kind of a response that you hear from Grace, then you can set the rating to hot. Whereas if it is hot, you know for sure that this person is very interested in your product. Whether she or he buys it or not is a secondary question, but they are pretty much interested about your product. That is confirmed. Now the next thing is, the biggest challenge for a salesperson is if the rating is set to warm. So Grace may say, hey, I have come there, I've given my expression of interest. But the thing is, I'm not only looking at HP, I'm looking at uh, with the Dell printers, I'm even looking at Wipro printers. Okay, and I'm also looking at some HCL printers. So these are all the printers that I'm currently pursuing with. So I need to decide as to why I should buy the HP printer. Okay, I'm even looking at Canon printers also. Why should I only look for HP printers? So I need to decide on that. If that kind of a response that a person gets, then it is very difficult. So that is where, well, the reason why I said it is very difficult is the person needs the product, but you have to beat all the odds, and then bring the customer to your product. How will you do it is what it is different. So that's where rating will be set to warm and it will be safe. What happens is when you're editing the lead, okay, when the person edits the lead, they will check the box assign using active assignment rule. Okay, we will discuss about what are assignment rules later, but they will have something called as edit assign using active assignment rule. They will edit, they will check this and they will save it. As soon as I save it, this gets assigned to the right salesperson. See, this got assigned to Harish, sales manager. Okay, now Harish logs into the system, and when he goes and looks at the leads, he will see Grace. But since I'm logged in as an admin, I'm even able to see Arun's record. But in reality, the Harish will only see Grace record. Okay. Now, when I go to leads, let's click on go to leads. See, when I go to leads, you don't find the record of Grace over here. You don't find the record of Grace over here. Why? Because it's not a lead anymore. The lead has been broken down into three different records to create an account, to create a contact, and to create a opportunity. So let's go to campaigns and see what happens. In the campaigns, 2022 printer sales campaign, under this, you have opportunity that got created and you have campaign members over here. Now, if you look at the campaign members, okay, here Gracie is no longer a lead. Gracie is a contact over here. Now, what are the next steps? That's what we are supposed to do. So I've got a lead I've created a campaign. From the campaign, I've gotten a lead. I've worked on the lead, and then I have taken the lead. I have taken the lead, and I have converted the lead into account, contact, and opportunity. So, what is going to happen next? So, that is where we need to work on sales life cycle. So, now a sale has to be done. So we are going to work on a default sales life cycle. So guys, I'm telling you, this is a default sales life cycle. It is not a life cycle. It is not a life cycle that is there. It is not a life cycle that is directly followed by all the companies. It's not a life cycle that is directly followed by all the companies. So based on their requirements, the companies may change.
Just a quick info, guys. Intellipaat provides Salesforce online training mentored by industry experts. The course link is given in the description below.